Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Vintage Lilac Memories. My name is Kim. Today's video is going to be a bit of a down the fabric rabbit hole. As I was talking about yesterday in my Thrifty Thursday video, I was talking about my Wind in the Willows journals that I'm working on, and I wanted to find some fabric, and so I went looking through my fabric stash today, and my office slash craft room here is not a small room. It's probably 12 by 14, so a decent size, but it's set up as a home office. I used to work from home, and a craft room, so it doesn't lend to having all of my hobby supplies out at once. So all my fabric and sewing stuff is currently packed away in the closet in totes, in bins. So I had to go through there, and yeah, that turned into a rabbit hole because there's so much stuff I forgot I had. It's all packed away. So I'm just going to show you some of that today. Anyways, I was looking for blues and greens that I could use on the 3 Wind in the Willows journals that I'm making. I wanted masculine. This is obviously not one of them, but this I came across and is I believe a vintage sheet, and I just thought that would make a really nice sunny spring journal. So I think I'm going to, I have I think at last count was 38 book covers that I've got ready, either created from scratch with chipboard or reusable old book covers or whatever, but I've got a box of them set aside. So I'm just going to start covering some of those and build journals from what I make the covers. I used to start a journal, depends on, you know, commission or whatever, somebody wanted a spring journal, and I'd work on the guts and then normally do the cover last. And I'm gonna start with the covers on these and try to do it backwards. Anyway, so that'll be a nice spring journal. And then these are some fat quarters I had that are in the blues and somewhat greens, and might work for the Wind in the Willows because they look like nature, and this Wind in the Willows is a story with some animals on a river. So I've got these out, and I'll check them out. Like this is really nice. It's got some leaves in it. Looks like almost looks like eco-dyed stuff. This one as well. These two would work together. So they all came together in a fat quarter bundle, of course. So there's those. That might work for the journal. Then I came across this, and I thought, there is another journal cover right there. Either the top with sunflowers, and then we got some of these, I think, poppies. So I could cover another journal cover there to start inspiration. This one is just a thin, almost muslin-like stuff, and a lot of this stuff I bought at the thrift store. You see, 99 cents at Value Village, and I bought these years ago. So, but a lot of times, if it's an old book cover that I want to recover, I'll cover it in a neutral fabric or just like a craft cardstock first, and then I'll put the fabric on top of that just so nothing shows through if there's something on the cover. So I just brought that out because that's usable in all my stuff. Here's some more. Oh, that's part of the same fat quarter, but some more of that. This is kind of clouds. I don't know if that would work, but I could maybe use this on a pocket or something inside the journal. And this kind of looks like, you know, it's plants. So I figured that could be something in there as well. This is another one that kind of looks like clouds. I'm not really fond of it, but again, could be something. So those are for the Wind in the Willows journal. Now this one, again, I'm looking at this. I don't even remember where I bought this. When I bought this, it's years ago. But, and this was for quilting. I do quilting, but I do it by my rules, nothing fancy. I just kind of stow stuff together. But I was looking at this and I thought, you know, these could be cut out and appliqued onto a cover or something. This one's chamomile. It's herbs. Not paper, fabric. That's chamomile. There's thyme. Let's see what else we can find. Basil here. So I can do something with these because these are, I've had these a while. I bought these at my previous house and I've lived at this house for about 14 years. So it's definitely over 14 years old. This is just a plain green background, but I thought maybe to wrap some of the covers in as the base and maybe applique one of those things on top or something. This is another one that's somewhat neutral. It kind of looks like it has little bouquets or something. They're not really clear. They almost look like little smudges, but you know, it's again somewhat neutral. And then there's this one, another $2.99. I think I had a bigger piece and I made a tote bag out of this from Value Village, but I really like this pattern. Let's see. So maybe not for the Wind in the Willows, but I think that'd make a really cool journal cover too. So, and I only went through, I have 2 totes in my closet of fabric. I only went through the top one because, again, my room here is very, my husband would call it crowded, and there's stuff, there's shelves and bookcases and things everywhere. And the dogs, I have 2 small dogs, the dog beds are sitting in front of the closet. So every time I want to go in the closet and dig through my stuff, I have to move the dogs, and they're not really happy about that. So I've only gone through the top bin because that's what I could access without digging everything out of the closet. So I still have another bin full of fabric to look through, but this will get me started. And I think I'm going to, the fabrics that I haven't put aside for the Wind in the Willows, I think I'm gonna cover some journal covers just as a start. And if I do, I will show them to you. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.